You mean drakes are tough? Just AoE them down. It's fine. Whew. Primal Flames and Drake Talons. Sickle shaped and impressively sharp. This talon was removed from the slain body of a drake.
Hmm?
Ah, that was really fun. Oh, another young drake. Easy for you to say you had 4 melee guys. Oof. How do you have 4 melee guys, CRZ? I mean, you are a melee guy yourself. You had Eder Kana as a melee, and who else?
Hey, Gors.
Xauri.
Not even
Xauri Priest? Oh, they come with the drakes.
Hey.
slowing us.
Oh shit. Double Priest.
Need something? Hi?
What is it?
Eder Kana, me, and another paladin. The paladin is a custom-made character, right?
Yes?
A high priest as well. That you got from Defiance Bay.
Yeah?
Is it a custom-made character or
What?
is there someone who I haven't seen yet? Well,
Well-
there's probably people who I've not seen yet.
Yes.
Those Xaurbs are like made of paper. Let's try the ray on that.
I'm here.
Sagani, take a shot at the Xaurip. I pre-made, yep.
Yes?
Palgina the Paladin. Thanks, Enderman.
Hey.
Curse you!
Ow.
How may I help?
Oh, I didn't
What?
expect the ray to work like that.
Ready. Yes.
Huh?
Well, good to know. Hey, Doggy, can you...
Damn it! We gotta take that.
Earl Grey, please. I should have milk for that.
Need something?
Yes. I'm a bit busy with some dragons and shit.
Ready, Watcher.
Well, it's not really a dragon, it's
Yes.
just a drake. A young one.
This thing is doing the job.
Something shot. Yeah?
I would really like to get another melee guy. I'm really
Yes.
lacking
What?
tankiness. And the paladin instead of Sagani would be actually be
I'm here.
a really nice option.
Yeah? Go ahead.
Yes.
What is it?
Damn you, flapping drake. Have this.
What? Let's burn this away!
No, I have this. It's fine. I am full cup as well. How's it going, Mothep? Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you get a lot of this Xaurip crap. when you kill those.
Hey,
They won't see me coming.
Cave. Yeah, that cave doesn't look safe.
hey.
An area full of young drakes and Xaurips, and then there is a massive cave there.
Tiedätkö mitä minun niitä on savukin tänään?
Awake, oh sleeping soul. Yeah, it fits you very well.
Jos minun pakittikin sanoi jo, että herää pahvi, niin on aika...
You'll come back to the cave later. Quest zone for Defiance Bay. Okay, so I should more or less leave here then, ZRZ, and come back when I actually have the quest. Actually,
Hey.
that's what we are exactly what we are gonna do. I'm just gonna exit from this side. I'll come back to deal with the dragons and stuff later on. Should head to the Defiance Bay now. Oh, Bearwood Bluff. More areas. I can expect that there will be more on this side. Yeah, let's go. Let's start heading to the Defiance Bay. Craddock Bridge, man. On a bridge. Commoners. Well, it is a bridge. Just this year. Vegetables. Just this year for Gant. Hello.
Good day to you.
What can I do for you? What can you tell me about Defiance Bay? Sorry, but I don't have time right now. But it sounds like that doesn't crackpot. Rowan is stirring trouble again. He jerks his head at the gate. He'd be all too happy to give you a rundown of the city, liberally flavored with dozens of propaganda, of course. I'm looking for the Temple of Vodika. He scratches his beard. Not sure why we would want to go there, he shrugs. It's in the first fires if you really want to see it. You seem to be on edge. What's the problem? Thousands of them. Truth to be told, we've got refugees coming in from all parts under some misguided notion that things are actually better here, that the legacy somehow passed over us. So they show up with no prospects and little money and end up being worse mess of things. No offense. Goodbye. And good luck to you. Well, that was a short and disappointing area. And we get into the Copper Lane. That was quickly cleared out area. So, tons and tons of houses and a big city. We also have major negative reputation already here. Because we killed Harand. Achievement unlocked. Completed Act 1.
Defiance Bay. The city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution now seems on the brink of another. Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by Whiterun's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to Enomancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
So we completed Act 1 now. Cat. Snowcap. Snowcap.
Those walls surround the whole city?
Yes. Protester. These animancers have brought divine wrath upon us all, and yet the Duke and his toadies in Crucible Knights do nothing. Hello, you seem like a nice guy. Rowan Atkinson? Rowan's arms are crossed, and his mouth is set in a grim frown as he watches the gathered protesters. He looks ready for a fight. He sizes you up. New in town, eh? You've picked up an interesting time to visit Defiance Bay. All these refugees fleeing the frontier and fighting legacies know better here. It's the Animancers, Magran scourge 'em, and they nest in the like rats. You mark my words, though, as dozens are gonna put up a stop to it. What are you doing out here? He gestures at the crowd, which buzzes with angry chatter, trying to get the folk to see a reason. We're in the midst of crisis, and instead of purging the nefarious forces from our city, the Duke is granting Animancers dangerous liberties. Thank you. There's my wife. You can see her hand.
Maaginen se joka liikkuu.
Yes.
Ja tuommoa.
What do you know about animancy? It's the study of manipulation of essence, which any sane person... Which tea was this? Oh, yes. Did you put sugar in this?
Pistin sokeria, kyllä minä tiedän miten sinä jutteisi.
Thank you.
Ei nyt eka kertaa tiedä sinulle.
No. Thank you. Can you open the door for a bit?
Kun siellä on...
No, well done. Well done.
Minä voin jäädyttää sinua.
Thank you. She's cooling me down because her hands are freezing cold, as always. And my hair is all over the place. Thank you.
Auttaako yhtään?
No, not much. And
Meidän pitää ostaa sellainen ilmaisuuden tyyny sinun pehmolle.
yeah, and this tea is not gonna help either. Anyways, thank you.
Siinä se maidon tippa, niin se jää.
Yes, yes.
Se ei vissiin paljon orsamaitoa, niin mä en tiedä, että riittääkö se.
No, it's fine. It's the study on manipulation of essence, which any sane person will tell you is the purview of the gods. The Adrens at least had the sense to outlaw it, which is a only good thing you can say about them. It's not like magic, chanting, or real soul reading like those ciphers do. It's been around since ancient Ingvitan times, which is why you'll see Animancers tinkering with all the Ingvitan artifacts. He shakes his head. Trouble is, the Animancers got no idea what half those artifacts actually do. Not that they'll admit it. Our emphatic friend is correct about one thing, at least. Tell me about the dozens. He taps his chest. We are an organization of interested citizens who want to free Defiance Bay from the dangerous influence of Animancers and the tyranny of the aristocrats who support them. We also consider ourselves a militia of sorts, seeing as the Crucible Knights are little more than a flock of breeding nobles in training these days. Just like a militia, the dozens, except for the training and the discipline and the code of honor. His eyes gleam, and we're always looking to expand. The more people see things our way, the better for the state of the country. If you have any interest in hearing more, stop by the Admet's Den sometime. The Expedition Hall. A lot of free thinkers in there. Can set straight for the all nonsense the nobles and the Animancers want you to believe. Might even be some paid work there for motivated types. I would like to know more about Defiance Bay. That's some good tea. This is the capital of the Free Palatine of the Durwood. We started out as the capital of Adren colony, but we put the Flaccid Scepter from these lands 150 years ago. These days we are a major port receiving trade and visitors from all over the world, but we, some of us anyway, strive to hold on to the pioneering spirit that earned us our freedom a century and a half ago. The city is divided into 5 districts: Copper Lane, First Fires, Honour's Gift, Brackenbury and Heritage Hill. He takes each off on a callous finger. Tell me about the Copper Lane. This is the Copper Lane. He taps a scuffed boot on the cobblestones. It is primarily a market district, but you've also got the Expedition Hall directly north of here, where you can join treks into the wild. There's also where my fellow dozens martyrs and I tend to meet up with the other concerned citizens. He points to a long domed building west and north of your position, and that's the hall of the revealed mysteries. Eerie place, you ask me. But they got the biggest library in the Durwood. Tell me about the first fires. That's where the revolution started, hence the name. These days it's an overrun with politicians and panderers, but we'll take it back someday. That's where you'll find the Ducal Palace, the Walian Embassy, and the Crucible Keep. He shakes his head. The Crucible Knights were the original freedom fighters in Defiance Bay, but now they are just strutting peacocks with their eyes on fancy titles and their heads up their asses. There's an old temple of Wodiga there too. We keep it real nice for her, he winks. Tell me about Brackenbury. A noise of disgust rattles in his throat. The nobility that didn't sail back to Edr stayed there. Most of the families there trace their lineage back to the old imperial times. Other than a lot of has-been nobility, you've got Hadrat House, where the Lady Web and her spies operate, and the Brackenbury Sanitarium, a main cesspit of animacy in the city. He spits on the cobblestones. Seems like a nice area. Tell me about Ondra's Gift. Got the name because it was a wetland that was drained back in the imperial days. Now it's a seedy district populated by sailors, common folk, and more than a few thugs, but it's a fun place too, if you know where to look. He winks and elbows you. Look for a place called Salty Mast when you're there. Other than that, it's mostly warehouses and abandoned homes. Tell me about the heritage. He shivers. It used to be one of the most prestigious districts in the city. Heroes of Revolution claimed plots up there next to an ancient Ingwithan tower and the city's cemetery. Had the best view in the Defiance Bay. Views of in Defiance Bay. Attracts richer types these days. Lot of animated patrons, he spits. He glances the crowd and lowers his voice. You wouldn't have heard, but something happened over there a couple of months ago. The authorities sealed it off, and they are keeping their mouths shut. But mark my words, Animans is to blame. Never mind, let's talk about something else. Farewell. You crazy man. Refugees, commoners. It's a cool looking city. What was this building? The Goose and the Fox. Sounds like an inn. Looks very much like an inn. Bishop.
Good day to you.
Good day. The man behind the bar is nearly the size of an Amawa. A handle protrudes from his back, and his face is set in stoic frown. He gives you a small nod. Here for a drink? There's a tiny powder cup in front of him. He turns it in one hand, but doesn't drink from it. This is a lively place. It was founded in the early days of Durwood and independence by a traveling scholar named Errol of Levi. Kiss Levi. He wanted a place where kids of all backgrounds could gather and hash out the issues facing their new country. He rests his elbows on the polished wood of the bar. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury aristocrats argued with the dock workers from the gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Durwoodans have never been known to turn down an argument. He takes a sip from a tiny cup. What happened next? Soon kids were coming from farms and settlements too. He waves the door as if expecting a crowd to bustle in. This place got even more popular with the Walian sailors than the Masty Salt. Masty Salt? Salty Mast? And that's the problem. He drains his cup. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there is only so much people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane, and when he disappeared a few days later, some said it was work of that Thane. He shrugs, spreading his hands over the bar as he surveys the room, but Errol knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped the town. He hid out somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. He cracks a dry grin. If only he could see it now. Tell me about yourself. Name's Bishop. Used to be a scholar of Berath. Now I run Goose and Fox and keep regulars in line. He shifts, and you see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? How would you go from religion to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you would think. It started with Hollowborn, and with this, he takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the beginning of Waidwen's legacy, he was one of the first. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year, more parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. So you lost your faith? He leans forward, crossing his arms on the bar. Bernard promises rebirth cycles, but the only cycle I found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink, have another, and another until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up, come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I knew, they would they had left days before, and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, and so I came here. I've cleared up since then. Not that I found my answers. He tosses the cup back. I've just stopped asking questions. Ugh. Some refreshments, maybe? Ooh, you can buy a yellow lab from here. Let's buy that. All the pets. We're gonna miss out on one of the pets because I accidentally threw a fireball at the cat. Just an accident. A total accident. One of your finest rooms, please. This is actually a very nice way to do the Kickstarter backers, have them as characters in the innocent stuff. Just random background rabble. So who are you? Kaendra. A woman sits by herself, spinning something on a table in front of her and watching with it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin and it bubbles over a crack in a wood with metallic rattle. Hey Jill J. She snatches it up with one hand and slams half-empty cup down the table with other. This is not a good time. What are you doing here? She takes a long drink from her glass, just trying to calm down and trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish? She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you'll leave. At least kinda looks up at you, and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone. There is something I need to give to my fiancé, Purnisk? It's called Purnisk. Only he doesn't seem to go anywhere with his new friends, and they are not exactly a pleasant company. Tell me about these new friends. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool, I know what it means. Purnisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere else, somewhere in the gift, not under my roof. She scolds and then winches, her fingertips gently probing her bruise. Svef changes you, I think. The Purnisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I never thought she'd trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. I thought Svef just made people lay around doing nothing. Khan shrugs. I don't really know. Seemed better than believing he's always been this way. Maybe I could go talk to him. Her hand rests on the table and she clenches it in the white-knuckled fist. There is nothing more to say to him. We are finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand and a ring clatters onto the table. Honest too. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back to there myself, I know what'll happen. I lose my temper and I'll probably wind up with another one of these. She points to her bruise. But I've heard you are trustworthy. If you give this back to him, he'll know we're done. I'll take this ring. To Purnisk then. She looks at you and nods. The house is on the north of here, Just please don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want that on my conscience. I have no promises. So we have a yellow lab. Let's see how this doggy looks. Let's put the peek in the box. That's not really yellow in my opinion. It's almost like a greenish, sickly color. Sir, I think there might be something wrong with the dog.
A simple test.
No, just
I'll see it done.
what's in here? Bartender's ring. Preservation. 20 defense while stunned, 20 defense while prone. The simple wooden ring is orange and grey, and it glows when you are not wearing it. The ring's actual history is more speculation than fact. While all sources agree that it was owned by Earl of Levi, and he acquired it after a period of exile, stories differ on the particulars of how he got it. Some say it was a gift from one of the gods, some others say it was a boon of a pact he made with wicked power. Well, dum 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 dum.
Slow and silent.
It's mine now. Maybe I should give it to the bartender. Have you seen one of these? He could actually use this. It's nice for Eder. If he gets knocked down, and he's usually the one that gets knocked down, he's not gonna get murdered horribly. Fine leather armor. Do we still have the... No, it's on Kana. No, well. Let's check the upstairs. What is that? This Stelgar's pelt is thick with dust and moths. This black pillow... The black below the beast reads Maiden's Fall 2682. These guys have interesting names. Richard Deedon, Herdy, Ilfa. Ilfa sounds familiar. Key and Two-Tone Weasel. Notice you pine in one hand, mace slung over her shoulder. Hey Deedon, Herdy? Key?
Good day to you.
There we go. An old man relaxes with his feet propped up on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peek out from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orlan woman with him exchange laughs and comment with a trio at nearby table, and he spins a dagger in his hand. His hazel eyes watch you. You like you've seen a night or two in the wilds, joining us for a drink? Who are all of you? The name's Two-Tone Weasel. The lady next to me is Key. We've had a lot of fun with the expeditions, but we were hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet for the next few weeks anyways. A man at the next table nods at you. I'm a Dreadshot Didon. This is Herdy and Ilfa. We're part of separate expedition teams, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. He takes several items off his fingers. Beasts, barbarians, bivouacs. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one too. At the next table, Didon raises his glass. And here's to many more prosperous journeys. Okay. Nice seeing you guys.
Where there's a pick, there's a way.
Garbage.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Got to hand it to the Dragon's Crown. Didn't expect it to pull this shit out of its ass. You're level 17 and supposedly 8 hours in the game, and the game introduced this bag mechanic now. Periodically in the dungeon and someplace within the dungeon you get to pick your equip back. More books. Each equip bag is essentially a complete set of equips. Equips lose durability, and after every dungeon you can continue.
Where there's a pick, there's a way.
Yeah. I feel like there's something to do with these guys. So it's best for min-max to continue and continue. Huh. Sounds fun, nice. Now you're all over the place trying to figure out how to handle several builds. Nice, nice. It's always nice when there's stuff like that in the game. If I should mix good and bad items.
Who's a good boy? Who needs his belly scratched?
That's actually very nice. That was Eder commenting on having the pet. So basically the pet causes a chat as well. Brackenbury is that way. Let's not go there yet. Let's explore this mill area. Kadal, Lumdala. Can't talk right now. But you. The statuesque woman has a gaze that could cut stone. She turns her chiseled cheekbones to the sky and favors you with a look of acknowledgement. Her eyes shimmer under silvered eyeshadow and razor precise line of coal. Before you can speak, she throws her hand up in a dramatic fashion.
How do you do?
Autographs after the performance, please. Great art requires great concentration, and greatness is expected from the Revel of the Stars. What do you do? That depends entirely on the demand of the role. She lays a slender hand on her chest. I'm the Pallid Knight, the Widow of the Wood, and the Warrior Queen Mokka. At the different times. To live a different life each day is a glorious thing indeed, my friend. I suppose I can spare a moment for a fan. What is the Revel of Stars? We are the finest theater troupe in the city. We believe that the best art is immersive and true to life. She looks at the amphitheater with rapturous expression. We stage our performances right here in the Copper Lane for the edification of all. Does the Revel of Stars take in many new members? But of course, good drama is balm to the soul, and we wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible. What kind of members do you take? We'll take in new and old, the tall and small, the experienced and inexperienced. Whoever is the best suited to fulfill the role to the utmost. Hey Ironman, how long do you keep the members? As long as they are able to satisfy the demands of their roles. She smooths a wayward stand fire. True acting can be a grueling process, so some last longer than others. I would like to ask something else. Farewell. It's great, but hell at the same time. Yeah. The understudies. People were actually discussing a similar thing about the Monster Hunter Night. The fact that you have so many different options just makes you unable to choose any proper build, because there are so many different things you can do with them, and it kind of blinds you with so much stuff. This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. And the way you fought, cutting down two at a time, we shared quite a victory, you and I. Watch where you're going, you babbling old fool. No, we go with the... Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled. Oh, by the flame. For just a moment, I thought I heard her. He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the Northwatch Rangers. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid. Tell me more about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Durwood then. We thought we would adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepened. That was until we faced Helig of Tain. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from the Solas Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled toward the Walian republics, catching him just west of a lake of drowned tombs. We were fools, seasoned as we were not prepared for his full magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat, not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rovina, were all dead. He holds empty air in his hands. Who is Rovina? My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We had planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's sadness, but I hear her. A voice just over my shoulder, calling me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering in the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I have even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life. He hesitates. Were I half of the warrior I was in my youth, I would search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I am stuck with this feeble body and agonizing notion that my love is somewhere down there, beyond my help. I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rovina. Tears spring into the old man's eyes. There is an entrance just out southwest of here, on the other side of the canal. He sniffs and wipes his eyes. You are truly a gift from the gods. If there is anything you can do, you can find of her. Okay. We'll get that going then. Find a coast for an old man. That sounds very nice, Knight Basilsk. Forces you to experiment with different stuff. Check this. Catacombs. Maybe not go there yet. Well, actually, let's check at least what's inside. Dead Initiate. Hold on. That's gonna be vision. Dead Initiate. As you approach the dead man, you can feel the faint traces of his soul lingering, a stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near, without a warning, the soul hurries toward you, as though you were a solitary light in the dank gloom of this place, come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You are in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs. Clothed in a dark robe with a mask pulled over your face, you are following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in foods and shadows. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, traveling in same distance. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with the troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by razor-edged teeth and claws. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on a damp and grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing, and his clothes are shredded. Sagani draws up to next to you. You alright? Looked almost like you'd lost your footing for a minute. It happens from time to time. She watches you quietly. You are really a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with an ability to speak to the souls. You... Let me drink this quickly. Usually, such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. She cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you see, but looking at you, I'm not so sure. This gift is a curse. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I had picked to travel far in search of something great, but even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. I can say I've met a real watcher before. Oh, don't worry about him. He just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer him up, so I just let him. Once you've seen it a few times, shock wears off. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Hey, Psycho, how's it going? It is much better now, Psycho. And we are about to get a paladin soon. Viscous fall smelling sludge ebbs in the trench. I'm not gonna go here yet. I'm gonna go check the other parts of the city first. Check out the paladin and find that shop. So there is at least a troll down there. That's the first fires. Halls of Revealed Mysteries. Scrivener's Dormitory. Lumdala's house. Bernisk house. Marketplace. And the Expedition Hall. Let's go here first. To stream an American accent, I would probably have to be an American to do it. But since I'm Finnish, I cannot really do more accents than my own. 3 factions that you can join in. I guess the guy who was telling at me at the door there was one of the factions, Endermin. We'll see.
All these pages serve no better use than fuel for the fire.
Durans. Don't go burning down the whole city. Jani Haukka is very Finnish name. Recovering from a rough and teaching night partying with my new neighbor downstairs from the country. Nice Psycho. Let's talk to Vexa.
How do you do?
Well, hello. The one barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You are welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple, after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. Tell me about yourself. She throws her broad shoulders back. I'm a scrivener and devotee of Vale. It's my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. Anything else? This is a temple. Looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. But because it is. Vale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. He raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and protection of hidden knowledge. The whole of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. Fascinating, isn't it? Temples dedicated to Vale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. Use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Who screamed that? It is very good, Psycho. I've been really liking it. And thanks for stopping by. Vexa speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway. She scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. Farewell. 10 years of dawn. Either customs.
Slow and silent.
I wonder if there's a hidden books in here. No enter the archives without Grimda's permission. Okay. Oh, final journey of Judas? Jonas? Oh, well, almost Judas. I'm gonna go stealing it here.
Laying low.
So nothing sees me here. Yoink. Let's get the extra book as well. Such a nice library you have here. I'm just borrowing this for educational purposes.
Shh.
Device memoras. Nice. Book of the Hunt. So there's the room in there, and Grimda over there. Let's talk to the High Archivist. Keep searching. The obscured leaves clues for those who seek. Hello.
How do you do?
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as the walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You are welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glare. Would not do to give them any other excuses. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it. She sizes you up, stroking her chin, and I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose. She scolds at the robed figure priest again. You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot anyway. Thieves made off with an ancient scroll of Veil. They intended to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 Visions. Their wiry eyebrows arch over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and road to Durford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do, but bring back the scroll. Vale rewards the present seeker, and so do I. I had questions about the missing scroll. Ask. Tell me what you know about the thieves. Very little, except that they were foolish to believe that they could steal from the God of Secrets, and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. How should I handle the thieves? However you can. Kill them, rob them, leave them. It makes no difference to me. She waves her hand and smiles grimly. I'll consider it one of the Vale's mysteries. What's so special about this scroll? Vale is the God of Secrets, and if I told you that, I would cheapen it, wouldn't I? She cackles. It's a parable, the kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. Let's talk something else. Tell me about yourself. I am the High Archivist of Hall of Revealed Mysteries. She coughs loudly into her fist, and I am too old and too busy to be bothered with inane questions. I'd like to know more about Vale. Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Vale is the god of things hidden and revealed. The more of the 100 Visions one sees, the more one has yet to discover. So we often call Vale he who sees and is not seen. It is neither male or female. To assign any definitive characteristic to Vale is to miss another essential part of its divinity. The 100 Visions? A term of reverence for Vale's many revelations. Despite the name, they are infinite. Each epiphany leads to yet another enigma. And I thought I was busy. Farewell. So we have a quest for this. Abandoned farm on the path to Durford. So one of these. I actually might know where it is. Okay, so we get a quest from there. I'm expecting to get a ton of quests from this area. Can you now open that door? Yay! It's getting a bit hot here, especially after the tea. Thank you. See the Scrivener's dormitory here? Hirabias has been caught stealing. Ooh. Crap. I didn't think there was anyone seeing me. Pillars of Eternity has been localized in several languages. If you would like to experience the game in different languages, you can do so through the options menu. Interesting. Good thing you got to Defiance Bay. You can watch. Nice.
Of course.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are not really watching me playing this because they want to play the game themselves and they try to avoid spoilers. It's always kind of annoying with especially new games and story-based games. Hey Corin.
Good day to
Are
you.
you smoking? By Wales eyeless face, you are one short ogre, but why are you green and how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you like that? I'm not an ogre. He casually reaches his hand towards you and then pulls back. Better not. Ducks are poisonous. He beams at you and nods his head. You're a scrivener? He nods. Yes, I am a scrivener. I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like a sweet pie. Or perhaps it was a sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Oh. I'm also a collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Tell me about the dormitory. This is where the scriveners who work at the halls of revealed mystery sleep. I'm a scrivener, he sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. Show me what you have for sale. What a guy. Have some Drake items.
I can do that.
I shall be discreet.
Oops. I'm gonna reload. That accidental double click kinda sucked balls. I wasn't going to steal. I just accidentally double clicked there and it instantly stole whatever was there.
You're from Gilded Vale? Then you're close
Of
to
course.
home.
Close can mean a lot of things.
What is
Surely
that
you'll go
green
back
shield you
when this
got?
is all...
I'll show you in a second, ZRZ. It's a paladin shield I bought from somewhere.
Hello.
Here, Outworn Buckler. 8 deflection and Herald plus 5 all defenses for a paladin. It's a paladin only shield.
They won't see me coming.
Ooh. That I'm gonna steal. Let me see the map. I may know where I bought it. Well, there's really two places. I think I bought it in the Gilded Whale, from the weaponsmith there, or Durford Village. One of those weapon shops in there. In those. Sold the shield. You see something shiny and then you find it in your pocket when you get home. Yeah, that happens every now and then. Rumdala's house. Let's go there. Handy lockpicks.
Keeping an eye out.
Take your grain. I still actually haven't done any alchemy. Probably should. I'll have your money. Unlocking will require a proper key. So I need to get key. For that. You weren't really lying when you were saying that there is a lot of these houses in this area. I've not even done the first area, and there are still 3 more areas. I mean, in addition to this, and 3 more places in this map. So this was the Puro something. Purpur, the Catman. The one with the black teeth guys. Addicts. Oh, drug addicts. Great. Addicts and mercenaries. Oh, this is gonna go great. Spare. And yeah, this is just one area. It's a lot of mercenaries. Yeah, Purnisk was the guy.
Where there's a pick, there's a way. Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
In Ondra's Gift there are few, but in the other 2 zones there are only main buildings. Good. Oh crap. Aggressive mercenary? Let's not go there yet. Let's talk to Purnisk first. I told you to keep... Oh. What? You didn't tell me anything. I just ran in there and then... Suddenly people angry at me.
Hey.
Well, it's fine. I'm gonna kill all of you. Ripperino Kappa.
Ready.
We'll see. The guard told you not to go upstairs? Well, shit. I almost paid attention to that guy. It was like,
How may I
da,
help?
da, 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 run. Mercenary at the door. Did he? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'll kill all everyone.
Suck
Who is Nurid? Nurid sounds familiar. It's fine. I'll kill you all.
Point the way.
What? Well?
Yes?
Maybe I should pay a bit more attention.
Need something?
Nurid was your first prisoner? Nice.
I'm here.
Until he got away.
What?
Damn.
What is it?
Stop! Nurid staggers back holding a bloody hand in front of him. I give up. Just leave and I'll go peacefully, alright? You can go peacefully into my dungeon. I did not, Nurid, Endermin. I just went upstairs and I was like, oh shit, everyone is attacking me. I didn't pay attention that they said don't go upstairs. I was just like, yeah, loot this, go upstairs, come back. Oops. And they're angry. So I may have missed whatever was with Nurid. Well, you go into my dungeon. He flinches, regrets already building behind his eyes. If that's my only choice.
Oh, almost had it. Let me try again.
Who's that? Uncover what happened to Purnisk house in Copper Lane. I killed the man who has been personating Purnisk. Perhaps a real one is around here somewhere.
Ready.
Hey.
Nurid was the guy from the quest in the town. Which quest, CRZ? You mean the Purnisk? Or something else?
Hey.
Slow and silent.
Hi?
What happened to that guy? Oh, he's teleporting around. I was like, what? Oh yeah.
You're not getting through me.
Yeah, I know who you mean now, or what quest you mean, CRZ. I thought you meant
All right then.
he was someone I met in the... Someone I met in the tavern. But you meant the lady. Nurid was mage, took his appearance and identity. Interesting. Whoa.
Hey.
What?
Huh?
Oh, he has something to talk to
Ready.
me. Let's talk to him once this battle is over.
Yes?
If you had given him her ring, he would have been like, sure, I'll take it. I'm not caring much. Okay. So we didn't really miss out
Need something?
on much with that.
Sure.
So what is it, you?
I may be a bit over leveled compared to these guys. Ah, there's the key.
All right then.
And what does the flame reveal?
The dozens. plate mail? Actually, it might be to that door. Adrian dialects. But that's your grandmothers and stuff. Yeah. Here's Purnisk. Oh, hello. A man lies bound and bloody on the floor before you. His face is tapestry of bruises and blood is spattered across several corners of the room. The man cringes and sobs as you approach. Gods, please, please no more. I can't take any more. I'm not here to hurt you. The man pauses, gazing you up at you. You're not? Oh, praise Berath. You're not one of his men, are you? He clenches nervously behind you. He shakes his head. Please, I don't know who you are, but my name is Purnisk. This is my house. You have to help me. Then who was that downstairs? An impostor, some wizard named Nurid. He came into my house, tied me up in here, tortured me, and now he and his men are eating my food, breaking my things, selling Swift inside my house. He blinks. He just turned up all of a sudden. This would be a lot easier if you weren't trying to hide something. Purnisk looks away, unable to meet your gaze. I may have hung onto a tiny portion of my supplier share, but I needed that money. So you are a Swift dealer. Purnisk winces. Look, I know it's not the best line of work, especially with all that's happened, but it pays well, very, very well, and well, people want that stuff, don't they? But is it worth all this, losing Kyndra? Purnisk grimaces. I have to. I'm sorry, I don't have any other trade. Nothing that's going to support us. Someday I'll get out of the business, when we don't need it anymore. Why should I help you? Purnisk looks crestfallen. Because it's the right thing to do? Okay, look, Nurid took all of my money, but he still has it. If you kill him, he's bound to have most of it on his person. You can have it all. He's already taken care of. Purnisk stares at you. I can't believe this nightmare is finally over. He grins weakly, then seems to remember something. You have no idea what you've done for me, but... He looks up at you, and away again. I need to find my love, Kyndra. Only after whatever Nurid put her through. I'm afraid she won't give me a chance to explain. But she might listen to you. Please, she must be somewhere in Copper Lane. It's the only home she's known. And please, don't tell her about the Swift. About what I do. I could make it worth of your while. Discount, maybe? Yeah, seriously, it's very nice. Also, the other one kinda says when you sneak, he says something like, I go as quietly as a something wave in the ocean or something like that. Oh, as quietly as a quiet ocean or something, which is not very quiet, something like that. That's very nice. I like this option. Here's my counteroffer. I tell her whatever I please, and you still give me the discount. Purnisk yelps in fright. Absolutely, please don't hurt me. You can tell her whatever you like. I'll have some supplies here for you, whenever you want. Please, just make sure she's okay. Yeah, Calm Sea, that's the one.
He won't see
It's
me
very
coming.
nice. It's so nice. So nice line. Oh, chocolate! From the Netherlands there. Crispy choco waffle chocolate. Meat. Nom nom. Well, that's dealt with. Accidental completion. If you tell me not to go to the upstairs, I will go to upstairs. Even if by accident, because I'm not reading your dialogue.
This elder of yours, he may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persock is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, eh?
I never return empty-handed.
Nice, seriously. I can't wait to hear it. Hello. The young woman stands by a cart, watching the crowd with large, bright eyes that focus on you as you approach. Take your time, traveler. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or carb, you've come to the right place. Show me your wares. Seal of Fate. Holy. +1 spell on 1, 2, and 3 level spells. Yes, please. This thick iron band is dented and scratched and appears to have been much use. Have seen much use. It is studded with 11 small beads, one for each of the gods. It was created by an Aedran priest to remind him of his devotion, particularly in the heat of a battle. It is said that feeling his fingers rub against the beads, he would say a quick prayer to each of the gods, who blessed him in return. Boy. +2 second level spells, and 1 4 level. Holy hell. An elven wizard of Aether, Telda was forever frustrated by the limits of her own considerable powers. After spending almost 2 centuries mastering most of the spells known to the Kith, she found that her greatest challenge lay not with her repertoire, but with her inability to make more frequent use of her magic. She spent the last century of her life studying a means to amplify her abilities. When at last she developed the spell she needed, she had it built into this ring, so that the prudent wizard need not cast a spell to make use of it. That is nice. The guy from Broken Bridge is one of the merchants there. I think he sold traps. Nice. Yeah, that ring. Also, I don't need these. Ooh. Yeah, these are fairly expensive. Scrolls. Ashwood cameo figurine. Summon Delemgan. This intricate piece has been created from one small piece of ashwood. A raised relief has been carved across the front, depicting an eerie, beautiful figure standing beneath a large twisted tree. Her face is turned slightly to regard the viewer, as if having just noticed their presence. Bye. Holy mother of God, that's expensive as hell. And I thought my 40,000 was a lot of money. Nope. Let's skip the Ring of Protection. Yeah, 37,000 gone. Yoink. Ouch, Enderman. Well, I'll buy these since I'm here, and we'll get some more money and buy some more stuff later on when we see those places. These rings are just amazing. More spells for the wizard and Durans. Mostly weapons though, that sounds fine to me. You can be the summoner, just all the summoning tools on you, since you are the pet class anyways. Hello, Peregund. Hello again, the old woman says in a familiar tone. Familiar tone, that's a typo. Thanks for visiting my store. I'm still trying to recover from losing that cargo, she says with a huff. My inventory isn't what it used to be, but hopefully I've got something you like. This is actually the part... Yeah, that's true, Aaron. This is the part I was wondering, because I gave this stuff to the... well, the robbers. Let's call them robbers, if you haven't done that part of the game yet. And I was wondering if giving the stuff to this shop vendor would have actually affected the inventory on the shop. Like, she's saying that inventory is not what it used to be. But if I had given the stuff to her, would there be something Dubai. Hey, Dingo Bear. So yeah, she's the selling traps. We could actually probably sell some garbage here. Discount, okay. I should probably sell these extra traps, I don't really care about these. Igrun. You have weapons. Igrun stands behind the stall, polishing a broadsword. The patterned flesh around his eyes is crinkled with age, and the muscles in his arms are knotty and lean, but he holds the weapon with ease. He nods at you. Come to take a look? You won't find a collection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Bay. Outside Sonil's, of course. He flashed a crude grin. What's so special about Sonil's? She operates in the expedition hall. He jerks a thumb over his shoulder, sells the best equipment in the city, but Venom keeps her on a short leash. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozens, and anyone else he takes a liking to. Let me see what he puts for sale. Oh, Boresign. I want the Dwarven clan of Langmuir dwelt in the wilds of Nasdaq, hunting game and surviving of the harsh land. Summers were brief and the winters difficult, but the winter of 2562 AI? I don't know. Was one of the hardest in the tribe's long history. A mighty snow leopard had established a territory nearby, scaring off much of the game near the village. By Phonaton, the hunters were returning with little more than rabbits, and winter freeze was nigh. A dozen of the best hunters stuck out across the tundra, determined to hunt the great cat. The beast was craftier than they had planned, and by Iniverno, half of the hunters had, and most of their hunting foxes had been slain without so much as wounding the leopard. Desperate and furious, one of the hunters crafted a bow from the bones of her slain fox. As her remaining companions looked on, it seemed that all of her rage was channeled into the weapon while she carved and shaped it. Her work completed, she set off and tracked the beast to its lair. Once she'd killed it, she decorated her bow with its teeth as a reminder of the deed and the long and tragic hunt. Now black with age and use, this bow is nevertheless fierce to behold. It's studded with teeth of a large cat and notched curve in tight spirals. It is a bit Dingo Bear, especially when I'm in cities looking for new stuff and having new discussions and stuff. The Lady's Hand, Scepter. That is so nice as well. This slender steel scepter is topped with a gilded feminine hand, each finger ending in a delicate mother-of-pearl nail. It was forged and crafted by the smiths and artisans of Delwyn, a small town in foothills of Magmere Mountains in the southern reach of the Eder Empire. The recipient was a Lady Riga Adelwan, third Margrifa of Maghannon, who had recently emerged victorious from a brutal campaign against her march by barbarians and agents of rival family. In leading the defenses of the march, Lady Riga lost her left hand. The Emperor had this scepter created to reward her sacrifice during the protection of what was then the Empire's southernmost territory. Unfortunately for the Adelvan family, they only held the Maghannon territories for 2 more generations. With little money and no land, the family set out for the young colonies of Durwood. The Lady's Hand saw renewed use in the battle by Brannon Adelwan, Thane of the Low Meadows, during the War of Black Trees. There, Brannon used it to defeat Clanfatan warriors and spirit-animated trees that were marching out of the deep woods. For his service to the colonies, Brannon was made an Earl of the new territory of Blackstand. But bad luck struck the Adelvan family twice. Only a year after establishing a fort on the frontier, Brannon was ambushed by Clanfat resistance fighters. Finishing their main mission, the assassins then pursued his small family and killed every member, leaving no heirs to the House of Adelvan. Following the reinforcements of the Blackstand fort by its new Earl, the Adelvan family's belongings were distributed according to the known wishes of Brannon. Notably, the Lady's Hand, his great-great-grandmother's gift from the Emperor, was bequeathed to the Sir Hareg Cardaf, a minor knight of New Eomar, alongside whom Brannon had fought in the War of Black Trees. More comfortable with the sword and shield than scepter and grimoire, Sir Hareg displayed his friend's gifts prominently in his home, but it never saw use in battle again. That's nice, Enderman. Lost Thane's Reach. That wand is also... All these weapons are actually really great. I'm kinda sad I didn't actually save money and buy this instead of the rings. Oh well. At least I have something to look for now. Lost Thane's Reach. Pike two-handed. Increased reach. Nice. Interfering. Oh, that's nice. Accuracy and damage. Lost Thane's Reach was once wielded by a Thane, Solmar Sinhir of the Grasp. While engaged in a skirmish against some Clanfatan rebels at the outskirts of New Hemar, Solmar cornered their leader at the edge of a cliff. The rebels quickly interposed themselves between the Thane, Solmar and their leader, seeking to prevent Solmar from striking the final blow. As skilled pikeman, Solmar was able to foil every effort to strike him, and he ultimately dealt the rebel leader a mortal wound. Unfortunately, Pike's hooked blade became snagged upon the dying elf's armor, pulling Solmar over the edge of the cliff with the foe. Ugh. Good job. Shatterstar. Annihilation. Guarding. +1 enemies engaged. That is nice. This sounds like a paladin weapon. All around Eora, tales circulate about the fabulous weapons fashioned from stones that fall from the heavens. Once believed to be gifts from the gods and still often seen as such, these stones are now known to be meteorites. Even so, items crafted from them remain precious. Shatterstar was a hammer forged from solid block of palisade that was discovered by one of Ethos' faithful shortly after the Saint Whitewands rose to power in Rearseras. It was crafted into a weapon and carried at the head of the Rearseran army. My nose is itching. During Whitewands' march on the Durwood. As such, it was believed lost at the God Hammer Citadel. The head of the hammer is iron and nickel laced with yellow and orange crystals. It's held in place by a bronze band joined to softly jingling rings. That is very nice as well. I need to buy this. Let's see, what else is in here? The Durnrud Demon. Ooh. +2 intelligence head. Gasven was one of the Brishhalquin of the Air Glanfatan, who received the training from Durwood and Animancers around 2785 AI. When Durnrud Row was founded 15 years later, she was one of the first ciphers to join. Though relatively old for an Orlan, she was one of its most enthusiastic and capable agents. Known as the Durnrud Demon, she was ruthlessly methodical and infamous throughout the Defiance Bay for prowling the streets in her helmet, searching for clues and connections. At the end of the Saints' War, she was over 40, and she was sent to Godhammer Citadel to search for trace of Saint Waitwen. She never arrived, and years later her helmet was found on the road from Echo Bay. Have a nice night, GLJ. This helmet is amazing. I'm gonna buy that. Oh, there's Pike's Pride. Medium armor. Oh, half the stun and knockdown durations. +10 will. extra resistance against some stuff. Pierce, not so good. Born in the family of fishmongers, one young Adron decided that he would give up the family trade and take up the sword instead. She swore that he would find a greater fortune than ever was bestowed upon his family. When he sought out opportunities to prove himself, however, he was often scorned, for he came from a low-born stock, and his line had achieved little of note. Encouraged, the lad returned home, only to find that his family, eager to see him achieve his wishes, had pooled what coin they had to commission a suit of armor that might keep him safe. The lad asked for the smith to craft a set of gleaming scale armor, bright as flashing scales of a fish, and just as light and quick. He called it Pike's Pride, and while he wore it, he found himself immune to whatever foul words his detectors might level at him. This looks very good as well. So we'll be back with this shop as well. I want to buy the bow and the scepter and the shatterhammer and the armor, and I'm gonna buy the helmet for now. So many upgrades in here. What does the intelligence actually do exactly? Like, do I give it to Aloth or do I take it myself? Will defense influence durations and area effects of all abilities and talents. Yeah, I think Aloth is getting this. You have only 16 intelligence? I have 18 on my own guy. So yes, we are gonna give it to you. More crazy horned helmets. I approve. Crazy horned helmet. Crazy horned helmet. Crazy horned helmet. Crazy horned helmet. We just need 2 more and our party will be equipped with horned helmets. Yeah, this increases area effects by 12%. So more fireballing. I need to give this plus might helmet to someone. What did might actually give? Damage and healing and fortitude. Guess you get the might helmet. Might as well replace some of this garbage with that. Go shops. Cat. Sugar. Just random sugar. Guess we go... Is there anything here? Oh, there's a door. And I need to go back to the Goose and Fox. Let's go back to the Goose and Fox. Actually, let's check this house. Yeah, oh yes, thanks, Yarzi. Thank you. I saw it earlier, but I forgot about it. Thieves' hideout. Okay. Hello. Dirty Rigbert. Right, everyone knows the plan. Up the wall and in the window. Grab the jewel from the pretty little lord, and we got it. Listen, dwarf, if I have to. Langdon, we have company. Hello. The dwarf eyes you suspicious and hides his pistol behind his back. You, looking for someone? Because this isn't the best. Langdon runs on the dwarf. Idiot, they're probably with the Crucible Knights. You've made a grave mistake coming here. He raises his blade. Well, hello.
How may I help?
Yes.
Hey.
Ready. Need something?
Uh-oh, lightning bolt coming through.
What is it?
Ready, Watcher.
What?
How may I help? Hey,
Point the way.
Need something?
I?
7 spells on this level. Nice. Let's get rid of the mage quickly.
Yes.
You know, it's a bit scary to use
Yes?
spells like
Yes.
that inside indoors.
I'm here.
Ready.
You might get someone killed.
Yeah?
That's gonna hurt so much.
Yeah?
Well, he's dead.
Yes.
hey. I?
I used a rolling ball inside a small room. Half of your priority died. Nice. I actually haven't used it
Yeah?
for a while myself. I actually like the spell quite a lot.
Hey.
I'm here.
Lava will be unseated. Ready. Ah!
Yes?
Ah! Yeah?
Only killed one enemy. Nice. Good job. Enemies using frenzy is annoying. It is a bit. Find rapier. Ooh, it's home. Thieves letters. Our contacts inside the Raymond Manor will leave a second story window ajar. He's confirmed the location of Heart of the White March in the Hidden Chamber. Get your crew together and head to Brackenbury before the Lord Raymond moves to the Jewel. AD. Well, too late. Surika's Grimoire. Draining Touch. Infused with Vital Essence. And Eldritch Aim. There we go. What musket damage? Oh yeah, you mean the musket? It's only grazing damage too. The musket is amazing. Plunderbuss.
Quiet.
You can steal the jewel if you want.
Alright
Yeah, I
then.
kinda figured you can. You stole it.
A simple test.
I will. It's safe to say I'm gonna steal it as well. Told him about the plot and then stole
There's
it.
something ahead.
Nice. I'm probably stealing it as well. ZRZ. I have no idea what it is, but I'm gonna steal it. Since it sounds like it's something worth stealing. Well, Thieves' Hideout. Done. I did service to the community by killing off thieves. Only to steal the stuff myself. It's always in these games, basically, you are the worst thief and murderer in all the lands. Does anyone actually know, is the black dog just a pet for funsies? Or can you actually find the owner for the black dog? Yeah, you're just safe keeping the stuff, ZRZ. It all goes for the greater good of you dealing with the thieves and all the other monsters in the land. It's just a advance payment from a community to you. Hello, Kyndra. Kyndra looks up as you approach. What happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring? Pernisk was being impersonated by a powerful wizard. However, the real Pernisk also deals Svev. She covers her mouth with her hand, shocked. Pernisk? My Pernisk is a Svev dealer? If I didn't know you for an honest man. She brings her fist down on the table, sloshing her drink. Damn it, how can I trust him after something like this? That he's lied to me for this long. She runs her hand through her hair and takes a deep breath. I should be just glad I found out about this before the wedding. Yes, exactly. I don't think there... No, the black dog was in the first tavern or the inn. And it was said the owner just abandoned the dog and fled the place. So no, I don't think there was a body there. The dog was just waiting for the owner. He still loves you? No, I don't like that. You're smart to stay away from him. She knows, you're right. I think this was what I needed to realize. Thank you. Oh, and take this. She unclasps something from her neck. Pick it up from one of the merchants to help me stand firm and in my decision. I'll be fine without it now. Loot. Unwavering resolve. +2 int and 1 resolve. Even bigger fireballs. Fireballs of doom. Oh, ow. Shit, doesn't work. Overlapping stats does not work on him then. I'm getting it on my guy then. No, actually, you. Reflex and healing bonus. No, Hiravius. What did resolve give you? Concentration, deflection, will. Yeah, Hiravius will get that. He does AoE as well. And he has garbage int, I think. Yeah. Bigger AoE on him as well. Let's get the cloak on me. Where are the sexiest women with battle brass? This game doesn't really do them, to be honest. Which is good. Actually, here we go. Here's the sexy Durans in his shirt, sleeveless cloak of something. You should switch Alot's armor to Durans if you really wanted AoE. What is yeah, I guess so. But Durans has epic panties now. But on the other hand, I like doing Alot's AoE as well. Sleeveless v-neck robe. That is pretty sassy. Durans is pretty sassy. And he has this epic Skyn initiates hood as well. He's pretty great. Kinda like my dwarf as well. Where am I? Here. With my swanky blue armor and my hat. I'm the pimpest dwarf in the land. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that, I guess. Can throw this away. AoE amulet to Aloth. I cannot do that, Endermin, because Aloth has the helmet already, which gives +2 int, and the bonuses don't stack. So you don't need to remove. Oh yeah. You are actually correct. I should probably do that. But then, Skayan initiate Hood. We have to see his ugly face. Although this is a pretty good hat for you as well. Yeah, that is actually a better idea. Do it this way. I know, Furo. We don't really have any headgear for you then. I actually might take the plus might helmet from you. Back to Aloth. And you get your... there. What's Hiravias? A gnome? He's Orlan. Do we have info about Orlans? I don't think there's info about the races in this one. But yeah, he's an Orlan. They're gonna mix of gnomes and halflings and leprechauns or something. It's kinda gnome, yes. More or less. It's called Orlan in this one. Yeah, I think I'll keep it like that. So you get the AoE bonus. You get the AoE bonus. And you get some damage on the spells as well. Yeah, that's very good. Really good area.
Hey.
Really good idea, Enderman. The helmet, Duran's helmet is like someone trying to force a new trend. It was some crazy cultists. So yeah. This is such a horrible helmet. That was the thing in my party. They are known from their silly headgear. It's like, do you know those guys? Oh yeah, the dwarf with the pimp hat and the followers with crazy helmets of all sorts. Oh yes, those guys. That's like our thing. So let's go to the expedition hall next. Then we have the catacombs in this area as well to go into. But I would like to go to get the paladin. Oh, and talk to Eder.
The dozens. Pretty sure you won't find one among them who stood within 100 miles
The
of that
crazy
bridge when the
head we are
Godhammer went
gang.
off.
If you like board
Too
games,
bad, too.
Humble Bundle has a
Couldn't
board
there be
game
less
bundle
of
right
them?
now. Ooh, nice, Jero. Why do they call themselves the Dozens? Was 12 Durwudans stood outside Halgot Citadel waiting for a Waidwen to cross the bridge there. They had to hold him there long enough for the Godhammer to detonate, so that's what they did. Godhammer? That's what they called the bomb that blew up Waidwen. Wait. Don't know much about it other than that. Anything kills a living god, guess you gotta name it. What do you have against the Dozens? Nothing serious. Nothing I don't have against a lot of folk. Anyways, the Dozens, they like to take things into their own hands. Gets ugly sometimes. We don't have them in Gilded Whale, but they would be right at home there. They picked that name so they could do what they wanted and feel like it was right. It got nothing to do with honor or sacrifice. They like to invoke Magran too, when they especially want to feel right. Somehow I don't think she would be too impressed with that lot. I'm sure she would like to set them on fire anytime they use her name, but the gods probably got rules against that kind of thing. People hide behind symbols so they cannot be questioned. The Duke is a reasonable man. Maybe while we are in the Defiance Bay we can get him to force people to call themselves what they are. Don't imagine they would have as many members if they called themselves the Loudmouth Sheep Fuckers. That's a great name. Good idea. You get a quest for the catacombs? I have that quest already, ZRZ. Distract them with crazy helmets while you kill them. Yes, that is the tactic, definitely. I mean, when you see a dwarf like this running at you with a blunderbuss in hand, you have to question your choices in life. Did I take a wrong turn to Crazy Town in here?
Point
And
the way.
then followed by a ranger with this kind of helmet, and Wolfie and Doggy. And then
What?
comes
Why?
Durans, and it's
Hey.
like, yeah, I give up on life. I wanna go back to the dragon area as well, with the drakes and everything, and kill those.
This looks like the kind of place we could find allies. For a prize.
Venom. Let's take a look. Oh, or not. Bandonlier, a well-groomed man, steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. Behind the nimble, one of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in. I see. Just know that Byrus Chancellors run things around here, and you'll be fine. Never heard of them. His eyes narrow. You have now. Stick around Defense Bay, and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason Giant Slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. Venom, a voice bellows across the hall. Enough jabber, Bine. You gonna do that job or talk about it? His jaw tightens. Venom's right. That coin ain't going to collect itself. He looks at his comrades and jerks his chin toward the door. See you around, pup? In the first fire area in the Defense Bay. Thanks. Good to know, Zirazi.
I can do that.
Who's this guy? Have you even held a weapon before? How do you get here? Mercenary. Oh, Sonil. Hello.
Hello.
Tavon looks up from polishing a dagger. Haven't seen you before. You headed out with the expedition company. She raised an eyebrow. Are you betting on one? Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. See, the Dozens only do business with me so long as I only do business with them, and they are good customers. She jerks her thumb at the door, but if you get on Osric's good side, he could make an exception for you. He's probably training some new recruits right now. How long have you worked at the Admet's Den? She leans on the counter and drums her fingers. Oh, a few years. I got in the minute the last merchant cleared out. She nods toward the main area of the hall. They've got the new expeditions venturing out every week, so this is a great place to do business. And the Dozens make loyal friends and loyal customers, as long as you stick by them. She taps the counter. The vendor who was here before me, they ran him out when he sold his best helmets to a pair of Crucible Knights. I've been careful not to make the same mistakes. Tell me about the expeditions. They're a group of adventurers that venture into the wilderness. More than a few of them try their luck scouring the ruins. Most of them come back empty-handed, if they come back at all. Betting on them is almost as risky as actually going. That's how the expeditions get funded, and every once in a while, one of the adventuring companies will strike big and make a fortune for their backers. Okay.
I'll see it done. I can do that.
Geological map. This map marks areas of geological activity in Durwood and Air Clanfath. Of note is the description of a cavern where molten rock flows within deep chasm. Might steal that.
Slow and silent.
Have a nice dinner, ZRZ. What did I have for dinner? Oh, yes.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
I'm looking for work. Oh no, tell me about the dozens. Venon's expressions become serious, the timbre of his voice deepening. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We are a loose association of warriors and expeditioners in the Durwood. Not as fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. And at least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Your roots? The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Durwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we are the ones who have protected it. Everyone knows the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Waidwen at the Ebondever Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Waidwen wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Halgot Citadel and faced down a guard, held him there until the bomb went off. He thumbs the table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We are the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line of defense, whatever it takes. We got the new enemies now. If it's not Waidwen, it's his damned legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury, making things worse on all of us. Probably causing the whole thing, one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended what Durwood once, we'll do it again. Venons casually nods your way. His eyes continue to float from mercenary to mercenary as he speaks. What else do you need? I'm looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Very well. Let's talk to Osric then.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up! If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off!
I'm looking for work.
Expedition, talk to Wenon. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Although he sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires, he glances aside long at an adventurer flaying away helpless the dummy. Competence. What do you need?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Oh, nice Endurmian. That is a great story. So you can't find the Blackhound's owner, since he represents one backer who was supposed to have some input on the inn, but never answered emails or phone calls. Hey Franco, how's it going? That is pretty nice. Why didn't you just go ask for it back?
No. Well, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
Doesn't sound like leaving Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than crowd with a wrong idea. What is this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
Then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out. I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forger in Andra's Gift, right after being soul-scanned by a cipher in Dunreed Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me.
There was a difference between the voice acting and the text there. Having his soul scanned was what he said, but the text says having his soul lineage read by a cipher. Having his soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Sagani scratches the back of her neck. If generations of Masuk traditions are any indication, this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Got business with me? Tell me about the expedition hall. It's a treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money, hire adventurers to explore the wilds, looking for ruins mostly. If they come back alive, they split the spoils. If not, it's because they handle their weapons like this lot in front of me, who might as well be digging their own graves right now. And you can hire adventurers here as well. So yeah. Do you have any expeditions for me? No. Not yet. There we go. So, get a breastplate from First Fires. Or was it? Oh, anyways, we'll find the ciphers eventually. This approach of going and exploring every nook and cranny really gets all the quests done eventually, even if you're not looking for a specific one. Let's go to Catacombs now. Kill the troll and whatever was down there. Any multiplayer in this game? No, it's a purely single player game, Franco. Like a good old games, like RPGs like this used to be. Oh, psst. Over here, mister. Gordy. Oh. Hello, Gordy. A young boy watches the passerby and counts grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good conditions. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. Hey, mister, wanna know a secret? He wipes his nose with his sleeve. I know a real good secret. Careful, I've traveled the continent, and the hardest bargains still come from my 7-year-old. Let me see this class. Bella and the Anticrit people will hate me. I know, it's not the Skylines Knight. It's fine, class. Holy hell, that is very greedy city. Sedalia Ruger, 1869. Yes, someone was a bit crazy doing grids. Both Icewind Dale and Baldur's Gate had multiplayer, good but hassle with pausing. Yeah, that's true, Franco. Well, even if they had, it's still so much more enjoyable as a single player. Yeah, this is solely single player experience. I guess Divinity would be more of multiplayer. I actually played and did one stream of Divinity, the original Sin, with Rushlock. Well, I just don't think it works too well as two streamers streaming the same game. I think it would work on multiplayer if both me and whoever is playing with me is on the same stream and reading all this stuff in here. But having to deal with two chats and all that, and two streams at the same time, I don't think it works. And I would probably prefer playing Divinity alone on the stream.